All right, so let's just settle into our meditation posture as best we can. A couple of you I see are ready to go off to work. So just keep this half hour that we have in this space just for yourself. Just for your own practice. So let's just start. Have the feet flat on the floor if you are sitting at a desk in a parallel position. Really try and feel the soles of your feet connecting with the earth through your house, through your apartment. Otherwise, if you're sitting in the regular cross-legged position, just have your sits bones. Make sure you're sitting on top of them, not behind them, and that they're slightly raised. It really helps to align the back. Your shoulders are aligned with the hips. Now imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light and stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head. And just imagine perhaps someone's above you, just very gently lengthening that string and you becoming longer, taller. And imagine your neck is just unfolding and lengthening. All the muscles along the back of the spine lengthening. Shoulders are aligned with the hips, and as much as you can, the ears align with the shoulders. So it's just a matter of thinking about lengthening up, and then someone has you by the tips of the ears, very gently gliding your head back in line with your shoulders. So we don't have this bowling ball of a head pulling us forward. So now we very gently tip the chin down, not too far down, because we don't want to fall back to sleep. And so try not to have the chin raised. It puts a little bit of tension in the back of the neck. So you want the neck nice and long at the back. And the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. If you wish, you can have the tip of the tongue in the roof of your mouth. Have your hands where they're comfortable for this purpose, for this meditation. And bring your awareness to the crown of the head and relax your scalp, forehead, eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth. And then go to the back of the head, the base of the skull particularly. Just release all the tension there. And relax the ears, the inner ears, the jaw, back of the tongue. And just release any tension in the back of the neck. Allow the shoulders and the shoulder blades to drop down. And just imagine you're relaxing and releasing any tension in the throat. Relax your chest and belly and limbs. Keep lengthening. And relax the hands and the fingers and the feet and toes. And just bring your mind to the breath. And just notice the subtle sensations of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling, flowing in and out of the nostrils. The air could be slightly cooler as you're breathing in. You may notice very subtle sensations of the hairs inside the nose just moving slightly. And take a nice deep breath. Just relax. If there are any sounds in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. So our mind often wants to go and investigate. So just see how it feels to just allow those sounds to be. And then check what's arising in your mind today. You might have a list of to-dos. Maybe you have a meeting, a big meeting. Maybe you have a conversation that you need to have. Maybe you have something exciting happening this weekend. So just whatever's going on, try and bring the mind back to the breath and just notice what's going on, what's arising, what thoughts are coming up. And try not to judge them. Try not to engage. Try not to follow the story. So really you're like a scientist. You're just observing what's there. It's very good to know what's inside the mind. And try not to judge or have an opinion. These are your thoughts, and it's all okay. So imagine again, you're sitting on the bank of your river, just watching that river flow by. And while you're sitting on the bank, you're free from the river. So bring to mind some people of your life. Really see them there, your loved ones. Maybe you can hear their voice in your mind. Your friends. These people we are comfortable with, we have deep relationships with. And then our difficult ones. And then our strangers. Whom we generally are indifferent to. But they can all change place in our mind at any time. Sometimes the change is slow, and then one day you notice it. It's probably happened to you and will happen again. Just be aware. And then also remembering everybody, however, is the same as us, same as you in their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering. However, constantly running into having some kind of problem, difficulty. And everyone has this amazing capacity. So I think we'll do this meditation on Tara for all these people and for ourselves as we move along our path. So bringing the mind back to the breath. We'll just do one set of 9-round breathing to help settle a little bit more. Just trying to get in touch with a spot that is still and focused. And this helps to clean the airs, as they say. So just to remind everyone, when you're breathing in, it's blissful, radiant white light, and you breathe out through the left nostril, attachment and desire, through the right nostril, all your anger, and through both nostrils, all of your ignorance. So we'll just do one set of 3, 3, and 3. Then we'll start in your own time. So now you can see this drawing of Rinpoche. He did this when he was about 14 years old, I think. It's very sweet. So imagine Tara in the space before you. I think last week we used an image from a photograph I took at Druptop Rinpoche's monastery in Swayambhu. So really it's just a guide, and it helps to lift the mind. So imagine Tara is in front of you, and she's emerald green in color. And this image is made of light, blissful, radiant, translucent, like a hologram, maybe 6 to 8 feet away. You can have her as large as you like, small as you like. But just this is this very beautiful, dynamic action energy sitting there in front of you. And she's seated on a lotus and a moon cushion. You can imagine that she's the manifestations of all of the Buddhas, love and compassion, nature of light. Her left leg is drawn up, signifying her complete control over her desire, and her right leg is extended, indicating that she's ready to rise to the aid of all beings. So she's really willing to just get up and help at a moment's notice. You know, there's people like that in our lives. Her left hand is at her heart. It's in the gesture of refuge, with the palm facing outward and the thumb and ring finger are joined. The remaining 3 fingers are raised, and her right hand is on her right knee. This gesture is granting sublime realizations. So the palm is facing outwards, and the fingers are loosely pointing down. And in each hand, she holds the stem of a blue utpala flower. And this says it's the symbol of the unblocking of the central channel. You can also imagine that she's wearing these divine silks in the Royal Indian style. She's beautifully adorned with jewel ornaments, and her smiling face radiates love and compassion. She's looking at you very compassionately and all of those people of your life. No discrimination whatsoever, just loving everybody equally. So all the sentient beings in the human form are around you. So those folks that you are close to, they're behind you. The ones that you feel uncomfortable with are in front of you. As Venerable Rabina says, eyeball to eyeball, and all the rest are either side. So completely surrounded by all sentient beings as far as the eye can see. And imagine everybody's reciting together with us. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my practice of giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger that hold some close and others distant. Excuse me. Now, bring to mind any special request. Maybe success in your spiritual or worldly activities, the health and long life of your friends and relatives, yourself, or anything else that you would want. And then think with these things in your mind. We can just recite this prayer. This is the prayer that we do in the Tara Puja. Om, I prostrate to the goddess, foe destroyer, liberating Lady Tara, homage to Tare, Savioress heroine, with Tutare, dispelling all fears, granting all benefits with Ture, to her with the sound Svaha, I bow. Excuse me. So now imagine, as we've recited that prayer, rays of light with nectar running down them, like raindrops running down a wire, emanating from the point where Tara's left thumb and finger touch. This is from her heart. The rays and nectar flow continuously, reaching you and all the beings surrounding you, and purifying all your hindrances to your spiritual practice and obscurations to your enlightenment, your compassion, your wisdom, your creativity. And remember the problems of all the people you're praying for. And think of also maybe some suffering and troubles experienced by the sentient beings surrounding you. So people maybe in Ukraine, people in Turkey and Syria, people who are suffering from COVID, people who are angry and proud or jealous. And you can imagine as the rays and nectar enter their bodies and their minds, the suffering and the causes of all their suffering are completely extinguished. So we can just imagine that as we recite the mantra. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soham. 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 So just imagine that you and all those beings around you, in wars, in natural disasters, who are sick, completely purified by this mantra. And imagine your own body and mind feeling blissful and light. So now imagine this time, so golden nectar comes from that same point, the thumb and the finger, full finger at Tara's heart. And imagine nectar and light rays running down this wire to your heart. Reaching you and all the beings around you and filling you with these incredible qualities of Tara, this enlightened mind, all these beautiful blessings. And just to really imagine you're really receiving it as we recite the mantra. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soham. 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 So really feel you've received all these blessings and these enlightened qualities from Tara, from all the Buddhas. And your body and mind feels blissful and light. Now imagine that Tara comes to the crown of your head, a couple of inches above the crown, facing the same way as you. And imagine this is happening to all the beings around you as well. And she just dissolves into light and just kind of melts into you. So your mind becomes one with the mind of Tara, who's also, you can imagine the mind of your teacher, your guru, if you have one. The same for everyone else around you. Your body feels blissful and light. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Tara and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. And may the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. Okay, there you go, everybody. Thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Lots of love. Have a wonderful day. And I look forward to seeing some of you this evening. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Incredible, Katy.